So this woman has exhibited a quite uncharacteristic female behavior in response to men's issues. She came on my channel and was leaving surprisingly, refreshingly sane and sober and intellectual comments, and it's just something that I welcome very much, and I hope that other women should come on this channel, because this is the best place where women can learn about male nature. And seriously, I mean, I talk about female nature, but underneath it all, it's an explanation and description and analysis of male nature as well, right? And from the commenters, there's a very good response according to male nature to all these topics. So any woman who is interested can really learn about male nature right here on this channel. So she had this uncharacteristic response, female response, to men's issues, men's needs, men's wishes, and men's thinking. She has actually taken interest in men's needs. Now this is fucking weird. Why are we surprised at this? We're surprised at this because women don't do this. Women don't give a fuck about men. And this is proof. We have one woman doing it, and it's like we're walking on water. It's like the sky has opened up. It's a revelation. And it shouldn't be. It should be normal practice. It should be standard. It should be commonplace. It should be prudent for women to come on this channel and learn and listen, to improve themselves and to improve their relationships and to care for their partner, their male partner. And I'm not talking about lesbian women coming on here. I'm talking about real straight women. Lesbian women are all over, bisexuals are all over these MGTOW channels. And I'm not happy about that. Of course, no one's excluded, but it's not who we want to reach. And these are not the only ones who should take an interest. And they take an interest to be negative about this content. The lesbians and the bisexuals. Because why shouldn't they? They have no personal interest in this. They only have an interest to deride what we're doing on these channels. So it's real women, straight women, that we want here. And she has actually taken interest in men's needs. It's sad that we have to regard this as a strange anomaly in terms of how we understand women. This is a sad statement on all women, and something that men are screaming in silence about. But men must be heard, and I want to make sure that through all that gynocentric noise that we see in the world every fucking where. You turn on the TV and all the announcers are females. There's females fucking everywhere. They're shoved down their throats. And it's unnatural. It's not that females shouldn't be there. It's not that equality shouldn't be there. But it's just too much. It's an overcompensation. It's a pandering. It's a kissing fucking ass of women, which is so gross to see. Commercials, the media, the news, everywhere. It's fucking, everything is according to the gynocentric code. They're the ones that are the gatekeepers. Females are the ones who approve everything in the society. So yeah, men are screaming, unfortunately in silence. So we want to get this out there. The peep of men must trickle through. Stupid women everywhere. Listen to me. It's long overdue for you to wake up and realize that you are not only destroying the lives of men around you, or the ones you're involved with, or the ones you entrap, ensnare, deceive, hoodwink, rip off, lie to. It's not just those men that you're destroying, but your own life. Your own life. In the end, you're getting nothing out of this. Out of your behavior, out of your female nature gone amok, uncontrolled, unchecked. You're losing out. Forget about, if you don't give a shit about anybody else, which you don't, think about yourself. You're getting nothing out of it. It's self-defeating. You care about yourself, you care what you're going to get, well, in the end, you're going to get nothing. Nothing. It's time for you women to realize that if you do not learn a deeper and more sincere emotional response, you will get nothing but only create wreckage and misery. You will leave men's lives shattered. But your own as well, you fucking dummies. Your own as well. Look around. Look around. What do you got? All these single women on dating sites everywhere. What do you got? You got an overweight belly, that's what you got. And a fat ass, that's what you got. Men who mistook you for what you never were. Men who mistook you for what were, mistook you for what you never were. And what you are certainly not. Are betrayed. Or betrayed. Your whole relationship for the first moment was betrayal. Was leading up to the ultimate betrayal. And these guys were just led on and led on and led on and led on. Men are very good natured. Men have the capacity for emotional sensibility, which women do not. They simply do not feel it. So when you take somebody who has a capacity for emotional sensibility, that person is a sitting duck and is liable to get crushed by someone who is insensitive, who is unfeeling. It's very easy for them. Previous video, the title, it's too easy. I understand that for women it's too easy. He feels it. You don't. You fake it. This is what you got to get at. This is what you got to change. This is what you got to acknowledge first. My name is Linda and I'm an alcoholic. That's what you got to do in order to move forward. Because otherwise, you will end up with fucking nothing. You will end up with his money. You will end up with his kids. But other than that, you will end up with nothing. No emotional content. You will get material content that you will steal. Theft. Something you are not entitled to. I know you worked very hard. No, you fucking didn't. He did it all. And you know it. He did it all. You have successfully deceived and then betrayed men's good nature. That was your game. Now, guys, you think you got game? You got fuck all. You got fuck all. She has the game. A game you cannot even fucking touch. You young, stupid piece of shit, you. You got no game. You're going to be 40 by the time you understand this and acknowledge it and realize it and admit it. It'll be too fucking late, my friend. She has the game. And she's got so much advantage over you, you cannot even realize it. And you're too stupid to realize it at this point. The formidable female game. Women have betrayed all men who were able and willing to love you. If only you were capable of recognizing and appreciating what love is, you would have noticed it. But you didn't notice it because you have no fucking clue what love is. This video is a message to women, actually, in case you haven't realized it. And it was prompted by this woman who was uncharacteristic in her response to this content. If I may only appeal to women's narcissistic nature, self-serving nature, if I may only appeal to you narcissistically, to you women narcissistically, your self-serving nature, just about the only way to get your attention. I know. Understand that you women are the ones losing out. You're the ones losing out. Think about it. Think of it that way. If you don't give a shit about men, fine. Think about yourself. In the end, you have nothing. You will get nothing. Think about it. Take a look at all those women out there. What do they have? They have nothing. And they don't learn. They don't realize it. They don't wake up. They don't come to the conclusion. You have a long list of fouled up and failed relationships. Yes, you've whored yourself out. You have dirtied yourself. And every single time there was some motive for advantage that you wanted to gain. You didn't feel it in here. You got married in the absence of love. You married somebody you didn't love. That's where you started your whole journey into disaster. You married someone under the pretense of love, the insincerity of your emotions. Women do not have sincerity of emotions, or at least by default they don't, innately they don't, intrinsically they don't. Sincerity of emotion. It's very important. You either love or you don't love. You cannot pretend to fucking love. Understand? You cannot fucking pretend. Because it'll only end up in disaster. You will not be able to sustain it. But maybe you don't want to sustain it. That's the whore in you. The insincerity of your emotions. That's the whore in you. That is the definition of every fucking whore. Is it not? You have a long list of fouled up and failed relationships, a long list of abuse against men, a long list of shameful greed and selfishness, a long list of ignorance and arrogance, which destroyed your marriage or marriages. and a long list of dirty, immoral acts, a long list of whoring. That's what you got. You are stupid, hateful, and dirty. And you know it, and you have to live with it. And that's why you're a victim. You have to be a perpetual fucking victim and tell everybody what a victim you are in order to cleanse yourself continuously. Because your nature is driving you to do more and more vile acts. Mostly against men, but sometimes against your own children, your own family. Because you're driven. You're driven by female nature. Yet you pretend to be the opposite of what you are in order to be able to accept yourself and to be able to live with yourself. Now that's shameful. That is the epitome of shamefulness. Anybody that does that is the lowest. It's a shameful creature. It's a whore. Oh, I'm not a whore. I've never taken money for sex. That's not what a whore is. A whore is how you act, how you respond, how you function. Your natural state. What your natural state is. And that is being a whore. It's shameful. And I know you're trying to avoid that shame, and under any circumstance. For any cost, you're trying to avoid the shame, or at least the appearance of shame, the detection of shame. I personally have a lot of respect for this woman who took interest in male nature on this channel. She can be labeled a freak of nature, a freak of female nature. And it's sad. It's sad that we would label her as a freak. And we don't trust her, and what's her motive and all this, because she's different. The statement being made here is that we're so not familiar with this kind of female. If you're going to learn anything about men on this channel, realize this, that men are freaked out, men are surprised, men are astonished, because we don't see this. We don't see this often, do we? We see the opposite. We see that you don't give a fuck other than about yourself. You cannot feel another individual. That's how you're inferior to men. That's how you're inferior. And it's a huge, grave inferiority. And maybe inside you have an inferiority complex because of that. You have no propensity for feeling emotion. Wow. Now, if that is not a freak, I don't know what is. You're incapable. You're incapable. Because of that, you're incapable of guilt. You're incapable of remorse. You don't feel it. As I said before, it's like if you don't feel pain, you can go ahead and take a chainsaw and cut your leg off. Your own leg. Because you don't feel it. That's how women function. They literally don't feel it. What is wrong with this guy? Why does he feel that I've cheated on him with his best friend or whatever it is? Like, what is wrong with him? I don't feel it. What's he making a big deal out of it? Because he feels it and you fucking don't. You just cut his fucking leg off. And of course he feels it. Were you incapacitated undeveloped human being, you don't feel these emotions that he does. Why is he stalking you? Because he feels it. You don't feel it. He's stalking you because you ripped his heart out. And you kicked him in the guts. And he's trying to hang on to something. You've ripped apart his emotions. You've ripped apart his identity. And why it's strange for you, why you can do it, why you can instigate and why you can be the assailant in every relationship is because you don't feel it. You've taken the chainsaw to him. And you watch the blood spatter, but you feel no pain, but he does. This woman can be labeled a freak, yes, but she is smart. She realized that taking an interest in male nature will bring her rewards, even if it's selfish and self-serving. It doesn't matter in this instant, because she realizes that it's going to bring her rewards to learn about men. And this way she's going to end up with something, while you, sorry ass, will not. You won't even know what you're doing because you don't feel it. She realized that it will bring her rewards and be to her benefit, to her own benefit. Most women are not this smart. They're stupid as shit. In this regard, women are fucking so fucking dumb. Women will stubbornly stick to their demands, their entitlement, and their expectations to be exalted, to be worshipped, to be treated like angels. And they will stick to their invented female code of what a man is supposed to be like for them. Fuck that. No man owes you anything. No man is forced to serve you. You're not entitled to anybody serving you and to worship you and to give you license to act out your vile female nature. Nobody was put on the earth to do that. And that's where you have to start with the change of your attitude. You should be grateful for any man who's willing to be with you, to share your company, to care for you, and yes, to want to love you. Women have a perverse, condescending image of themselves. Let me say that again. Women have a perverse, condescending image of themselves. We see it everywhere. We see it everywhere. At work, in our families, in our spouses. Every woman we run across, more or less. Some are worse than others, but we see it in every woman. This perverse, condescending image of themselves. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are? All women are born with this sense of superiority and degrading response to men, treating men as mere objects of their exploitation. You do this to any man, your husband included, and even your fathers. No? You will deny it? Let's do a little digging. Let's do some analysis. Let's look at your past. Let's look at your actions. Let's look at your rap sheet. Every woman's rap sheet is long and scary. You dirtied yourself over and over again. And men don't want dirt. If you're dirty, you will be treated like dirt. Because you've already dirtied yourself. The new relationship you're in did not dirty you. You dirtied yourself in the past with others. The ugliness of female nature is exacerbated and rewarded by the panderers of today's society. The ugliness of female nature is exacerbated and rewarded by the panderers of today's society, who learned the language of women and how to exploit women for their own benefits. You stupid women are exploited yourself every fucking day. The war on women! The rape culture. Ah! Nobody fucking wants to rape you. Get that through your head. Nobody. They know how to play on women's fears. Yes, you're controlled by your fears. Some of you are too far gone. Some of you are fucking mental. Where does it come from? Not from reality, it doesn't. Trust me, most of you are too ugly for a guy to even want to have sex with you, let alone rape you. Rape doesn't work for a man. It does not work for a man. I'm going to do another video and I'm going to explain to you why rape does not work for a healthy man. Women are controlled and led by their fears. And the exploiters, the universal exploiters of women universally, know this. I'm not exploiting you. I'm telling you to your face what you are. I may be pushing you away. That's the opposite of trying to deceive you. I'm pushing you away. It's the ones that want to draw you in are the ones that want to exploit you and possibly rape you. Figuratively, at least. The ones who support your demeanor, support your actions, reward you, worship you, or pretend to. They're the ones who exploit you. Not somebody like me who's pushing you away and saying you are messed up. You are messed up and you have to change. Because if you don't change, you will get nothing. The so-called forces and entities who are looking out for women in society and the legal system and politics, the corporations, the political regimes, individual politicians. These are the pimps, and they know how to manipulate whores. Whores are easily manipulated, are they not, by their pimps? It's the same mechanism. It's the same mechanism as what happens with the whore on the street corner. It's the same mechanism, because women are stupid and women are led by their fears. Everything a woman does stems from some kind of a fear. Every decision she makes emanates from her fears. Mostly irrational, of course, and pathological fears. Or her wish to exploit a man. It's either fears or her wish to exploit. Her need to exploit a man for her own selfish gains. Those are the two things that drive a woman. Not emotions. Emotions are superfluous to a woman. They gain her nothing. In fact, it stifles her directionality, the direction she wants to go to. Emotions hinder it and stifle it. Not for man. For man, it's totally different. Man needs that. There's the big difference. There's the root of the incompatibility between men and women. Women even exploit each other. You know that. Even their female relationships are built upon exploitation. Passive, aggressive, subtle, yet very potent exploitation of their own gender. That's what a female to female friendship is based on. Men don't do that. There's sincerity in whatever a man does, a healthy man that is. A healthy woman has no sincerity emotionally. That's the difference. Because women don't feel it. Why? Because women don't feel it. It's simply natural for them to function through exploitation and insincerity, which is the same thing. Exploitation cannot happen without insincerity, without deception. No exploitation can ever take place without deception. It's the only way women know how to act. The only way. This is why all women are born natural whores. It's as simple as that. It doesn't have any, in case you're too stupid to figure this out and to comprehend the meaning of my message. It's not about sex. Sex could be a big part of it, but it's not restricted to sex. Being a whore is not restricted to sex. It's everything that has to do with the behavior of an individual. The orientation of their behavior. Be it sexual or not. This is why all women are born natural whores. They know what they are, but it's never to be spoken and never to be acknowledged. Women live under shame consistently, constantly, because they know what they are. They know that men are superior to them in this one very important element, which is emotional sincerity. A man is capable of it. That's the natural state of a man. Directness is evidence of that. Can you ever imagine a woman doing a video like this and giving a message in this way? No, they're incapable of it. Sincerity hurts. And sincerity exposes the messenger as well as exposes the subjects of the content, who the message is directed to. It exposes both entities, including the messenger. And women don't want to be exposed. I'm exposed right now, just with the message. With my message. Exposes me. But it's my natural state. It's what I prefer. I'm not ashamed of anything. I'm not guilty of anything. Everything I've done was sincere. And if it's sincere, it's beautiful. That's the rule. That's the physical rule of the world. Everything that is sincere is beautiful. Everything that is insincere is shameful. And that is why women are shameful. And whores are shameful. Because whores are insincere. The definition of a whore is imbued with insincerity. The constitution of a whore is insincerity. I welcome all women here to this channel. Yes, I wish my viewership was 50% women, taking interest in male nature and their own female nature. Right here. I wish that was the case. The woman mentioned has the intelligence and the cleverness compared to any other woman. She has transcended the characteristic, the patterned, the expected, and the predictable reaction that a woman is generally would routinely display to any male discussion. Let me say that again. This woman has transcended the characteristic, patterned, expected, and predictable reaction that a woman in general would routinely display to any male discussion and intellectualism. Male discussion and intellectualism, which takes place on this channel. Which entails, yes, judgment. Judgment of women. Any male discussion and intellectualism on female nature will entail judgment. And if you had to live under female nature, you would be frightened of being judged. Just like at the gyms, there's a big sign, no judgment zone. What are they doing? They're pandering to the fucking women who are afraid to be judged. I'll judge them. I'll even judge them this way. I think you look great. I'm judging you. I think you look great. I think you have a great body. You worked hard for it. And you're great to look at. I'm judging you. Now, by doing that, I've offended all the other women who don't look like that. Women don't want to be judged. So male discussion and intellectualism, which entails the judgment, critique, and illustration of female malice. It's female malice they don't want to hear. They know it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. And they will retaliate. We'll shut you up. How dare you expose who we really are? When we're trying our best to pretend we're not. We're wearing uniforms and masks and pretending and putting on acts and shedding tears just to fool you that we're not who you say we are, but we know we're like that. We're very much like that. The illustration of female malice. Ouch, 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 ouch. The judgment critique of illustration of male malice? Bring it on. I don't think any guy would escape from that or run from that. I don't think any guy would want to avoid that. Bring it on. Let's hear it. If we done something shameful, we'll change. Not women. Women don't want to change. It's the only way they know.